Representative Bachmann, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it. Want first and foremost to get your thoughts and your opinions on what we've heard from Donald Trump over the last 24 hours.
Good morning, Christy. Thank you for having me on again. I think that what we've been hearing last Friday night is actually pretty predictable. The Clinton campaign had to change the conversation because she had a lot of really bad news this week. And so this 11-year-old bad boy locker room talk, this is how she wanted to do it. She's trying to tell the media what she wants them to focus on, the questions that she wants Anderson Cooper and people in the room to ask her on Sunday night. That's really what this is about, because she had some very bad news.
Well, I'm sure you're talking about the leaked emails, and we are going to talk about that a little bit later this hour. But well, no, how do you say that she? Are you saying that she was behind this tape being leaked?
What I'm saying is that these things are coordinated to manipulate the media. That's exactly what's happened, because we learned this week that she knew and put dangerous weapons into the hands of terrorists in Syria, and that's why the Department of Justice had to drop a federal investigation this week. So the real question is, how is it that these news stories are going to impact me and my life and the country? And when Hillary Clinton puts dangerous weapons into the hands of terrorists, that impacts me. When she makes
Representative Bachmann, I understand that. According to CNN's reporting, Hillary Clinton had nothing to do with this tape that was leaked from the Washington Post. And I'd just like to get your opinion as a mother. I know you have 5 children. 3 of them are girls. We heard from Jason Chaffetz, who said he's got a 15-year-old daughter. He doesn't know how he can explain these words and his support of Donald Trump. How do you explain it to your children? And as a woman, how do you feel as a mother?
Nothing happens by accident from the Clinton campaign. This was absolutely a planned, premeditated event to drive the conversation.
But with all due respect, Representative Bachmann, they didn't put these words in his mouth. This is his own. These are his own words that are coming out. They didn't put these words in his mouth. I'm just wondering, from a standpoint of you being a mother, how do you talk to your kids about this?
I was told by the producers that I would be able to talk. This sounds like Tim Kaine interrupting Mike Pence, because what we learned this week is that Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders was right. Hillary told her Wall Street billionaire donors that she's going to continue the unending supply of cheap labor and the bad trade deals. We also learned that she threw off government security officials off her government plane when she was on official business, so that she could instead put Clinton Foundation employees on that plane. And so what we learned is that over and over and over again throughout her life, Hillary Clinton does what's good for her. She doesn't do what's good for us. She doesn't do what's good for the country. She always does what benefits herself and not us. That's what we need to focus on for Sunday night.
Okay, Representative Bachmann, I have one more question for you, and I just so appreciate an answer to this question. Senator Ben Sasse tweeted just a short while ago, "Character matters. Donald Trump is obviously not going to win, but he can still make an honorable move, step aside and let Mike Pence try." What do you say to that?
Donald Trump is the nominee, and Donald Trump will be the individual who will actually make the average American's life better, because he will raise wages, he will create more jobs, and he'll get tough against terrorism, unlike Hillary Clinton, who we learned put arms into the hands of dangerous terrorists in Syria.
Representative Bachmann, we appreciate you taking the time to be with us. Thank you. Victor?
Thank you.
All right, we have Breonna Keeler with us, Errol Lewis, Mark Preston. I hope you guys all heard that. Michelle Bachmann discussing, well, let's be frank, not answering a single question that Christy asked. But let me go to you, Breonna. What's your response to what you heard from the former Congresswoman?
Well, you know, props to Christy for trying there. A couple of things. One, just Christy was absolutely right. You would actually think, because of the timing, that this would be something that could have been Oppo research that could have been leaked. Either way, Christy is right. The Clinton campaign did not put the words in his mouth. But actually, our reporting, our CNN reporting, I believe by Brian Stelter, is that this was something that Access Hollywood, NBC realized was sort of in their archives. And while seeing it and trying to figure out what to do, and while they were working on the story and it wasn't quite done, David Fahrenthold from the Washington Post got in touch with them and said, hey, I have this, do you have a comment? And it came out. So the thought is that this is something that came internally from NBC and that this doesn't have to do with the Clinton campaign. And we've reported that out. So that's out there. I think what I took away from what she's saying, and look, she's trying to be that good soldier for Donald Trump. She's trying to pivot from what is just a terrible, the worst storyline he's had for his entire candidacy, over to something about Hillary Clinton, which are John Podesta's hacked emails. Under any other circumstance, would be a huge story, except that compared to what Donald Trump is dealing with, it is diminished.